friends, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here for another video. In this video today, I'm gonna be telling you guys all about me getting a job. So you guys know that I said that I have been interviewing for jobs. Remember I said that I wasn't really necessarily looking for a job because right now I don't know, I'm kind of like on a vacation mode, but I really don't know what the new school term would be like when September comes. So I was just like, if my feelings would be there for a job, so I am just job hunting. You know, you just never know what things would turn out to be. I've been doing some interviews because I told you guys that I have in my last video that I did an interview for this job, and that was a video interview. Mind you guys, I do not like video interviews. I so much rather doing live interviews. It's like you're on spot, and at this moment you just gotta show up and you just gotta put it all on the table. You just gotta be you. You just gotta just make it right. But when you're in a video interview, sometimes, you know, like so many thoughts are flashing, and it's like you don't know what to do, what is expected, you know. But sometimes when you're in front of somebody's face, it's easier for you to just give an answer because you can see like their response, as in how they're responding to what you're saying. Their body language would speak for you, and depending on what follow-up questions they ask, that would also speak for you too, and help you to know how to answer your questions, like kind of give you an idea of what sounds pleasing to them, or try to like tell you if they really appreciate you being in the interview. Like you can actually see their whole demeanor. Are they really welcoming me? You just get that feeling and that whole idea, and in that moment that would just change things for you. But when you're doing a video interview and you just going from A like that's too hard, y'all. I don't know about you guys, but for me that's really hard. Anyways guys, I'm kind of like keeping the calming theme, yeah, the whole green, because this video was a part of the previous video where I had posted it before, but there were some errors in the editing and I had to, yeah, high daytime guys, and those roosters, they are clicking. High daytime. Anyways, I had posted it in the previous video. Some persons may have seen it and may know what I'm coming from, but I had to remove the video because it had too much problems in it, like with the edits and stuff. I just had to like take it down and just do this video by itself. Anyhow, I'm gonna like run that clip of the part where I was talking about I got the job. Yeah. I had an interview for another of the schools that I would have applied to. That interview, it went really well. Yes, I did. This job that I got, it's actually not a job that suits my qualifications. I would be, yeah, I'll be underpaid, but maybe be overworked in a sense. It would not be overwork for my qualifications or anything, but it would just be overwork because of the fact that some things may not go with the position, but because they know about you, as in they know about your qualifications, sometimes they may just want to add things onto you that doesn't really fit into your description of work. That's fine with me sometimes because it helps me to learn. But you see, when people are just taking the liberty, want to throw the work on you because they feel okay, you can do the work, and you know, you have a job with them, they're the ones that are in control. It's like, you do as I say. I have a problem with that. In this season, I don't plan on overworking. If I overwork, let it be by choice. Generally, I'm a person who sometimes I just don't mind. But then sometimes people can be very unreasonable, especially in this time, you know, when things are shaping up a bit better than what it was during 2020, 2021. It's about just trying to create that balance, improve your mental health. And so for me, it's about protecting my peace. Peace is really important. Don't ever give your peace up for anything else. Because if you don't have that peace, then you will just find that everything feels wrong, everything's just going out of line and all that. And that's sometimes the starting point of like your life feeling chaotic or dramatic. And at this point, I don't want that. So I'm just trying to create the right balance. In creating that balance, I would rather take a position that is not gonna stress me out, a position that is gonna just allow me to flow. I don't have to do too much planning or preparation. I don't have to be worrying about so many things at one time because everything is dependent on me. No. Right now, I just love it that I don't have to be too accountable, as in it's not like my sole responsibility. Yeah, I just work with my job description, the directions that are given, and obviously I would try my best to perform as best as I can in that capacity. And without a doubt, I am sure that I would perform well. It's not about like bragging or anything, but this is something that I could just do, like, yeah, in a heartbeat, because I have gone beyond that before. That's cool and it's okay and it feels right at this moment. But then as time goes by and, you know, things progress, I would obviously be looking on to greater things that would work out by the grace of God. So I'm not too worried about that. This meantime, just, you know, mellow. And that's what I'm doing. Mellowing. I don't know if you guys feel me, what I'm talking about, but yeah. Health is number one. If you don't take care of yourself, then you can't take care of anybody else. If you don't keep filling your cup, you obviously cannot fill anyone's cup. For me, I've been prioritizing a lot when it comes to my health. My health, as in my physical health, my mental health, my spiritual health, everything health, even my emotional health. I have just been taking like a greater look at those things in this season when I am out of a job. I have so much time on my hand to like reflect and to see, yeah, things that I could have done better at, things that I really shouldn't have taken on because they were not my responsibility, things that I just sometimes maybe wanted to outdo myself or something, or maybe because I felt I had a point to prove. I don't think I ever like was at that point where I felt I had a point to prove, because I think generally a lot of people, they are familiar with me, familiar with what, you know, I'm capable of in terms of my work and so on. But, you know, sometimes, you know, it's within you sometimes. It's not like you're thinking about doing it to like say you want to outshine somebody or you are trying to prove a point, but sometimes it just comes off that way. Like you just feel pressured because of your situation. Maybe your boss is on you, or maybe sometimes you're not getting the kind of support that you should be getting, and you just feel that you just sometimes have to prove a point to show that you can still show up and you can still do what you gotta do, whether you're supported or not. I think that that's one of the biggest things about teachers, that sometimes we are not supported by our admin. Yeah, that's just a whole different topic by itself. Anyways, let's get into the meat of the matter. This position that I was doing the interview for, it's actually for a teaching aid position. You may say working in the system for 12 years, having the qualifications, and leaving the system at a graduate position or a teacher 5 position, which is quite a cool accomplishment, that you're now stooping to go back to actually like a whole starting stage. Taking a job as a teaching aid. In this time, for me, it's not about really the job. It is the experience that the job is affording me. That experience would be to work with speech therapists. In the last 4 years I spent working in the public system, teaching with the government, I was focusing a lot on special educational needs. And so for me, this is an opportunity. At one point, I was about to sign up for a speech and communications course, but instead of doing that, I diverted and I started my master's degree. So those of you who do not know, I worked just before being a teacher as a radio announcer. Communication is something that is no stranger to me. It is something that I love, I enjoy. I'm not the best at it. I was learning and still I'm learning, and like there's a lot when it comes to communication that you just need to learn. It is an area that I would still love to have that qualifications in, or still love to explore. This time around, I would really love to explore it within the classroom or within the whole education system. I think that this is a great opportunity for me to do that. So getting this job to work with 2 speech therapists, they have their own practice, they're running a school by itself, that would be an awesome opportunity for me. So I was about to embrace that with, so much fiber from my inner being. Yeah. But the reason why I did not get to do so is because of the fact that they wanted a police record, you had to do medical, you had to get a food handler certificate, and also they wanted someone who could swim. They were kind of like willing to waiver the swimming because, yeah, they gave me the job. And I told them that, whatever little I know about swimming, it is very little. When I used to take my daughter to swimming lessons, I used to sometimes go in the pool and learn a bit and, do a little thing. The date that they gave me to get these things, I knew that that was impossible. And so I told them that I couldn't get these things, for that time. I was out of the country, and these other things, they were gonna take me some days to get. Maybe if it's not like, half a month or a whole month to get. Communication was also a problem, guys. I did have a SIM card for the country that I was in. I don't know, for some reason, like, people will be calling and they're not able to get through on the SIM card. One of the other schools, they emailed me and told me that they were trying to call me because they wanted an interview. They couldn't get through on that number. So that was a problem. I would advise you, if you're in a place and you are seeking a job, to try to get a number for that place. That would make things speed up or make things a bit easier for you. I wrote to them, I told them that, because of all this, then I would love to volunteer and I would love to do so for 1 week. The 1 week was just because at that point my stay, it was coming to an end. So it was winding down and I could have only give a week. One of the things I also liked about this job, if I, was able to actually do it, was that it was not too far from where I was staying. Commute time would have been very short. And also, the cost to travel to the place would have been little or not to a great amount. I would have been able to save some of that money. Yeah, I would have been able to buy some goodies too. It wouldn't have been like a hard task. I have never been a teacher aide before, and I really don't know what the pay scale is like for that. In my view, it was reasonable because they were paying 1,500 and I think was 90 something dollars per month. In my country, that is like the starting salary for a teacher one position. I don't even think a teacher one position is at $1,500. Back in my days, like when I started teaching in 2009, I think it used to be 1,200 or somewhere close to that. Maybe now, like with raise of salary and so on, it's maybe at about 1,400 or something. Yeah, that would be more than what I would get teaching ESL online for the month. So yeah, I was willing to trade that ESL thing for the time for this. Yeah, the whole experience would have been really, really good. It's cool for the moment. I mean, you get to help out, you get to learn new things during the day, you get to have something to occupy your energy. Yeah. They were not asking you anything about the job. They didn't care whether you have it or not. They really didn't care. Anyways, guys, woo! With all that, I didn't mind taking this teaching aid position at all. Let me tell you guys something. If ever you're offered a position and you are way beyond that level of in terms of your qualifications, if you don't have anything else to do, I would advise that you take it. When I just started teaching, I just came out of teachers college. At that point, the qualifications that I had was for me to get a teacher 3 position where I would be making at least $2,000 some per month. That's the starting point. But I was unable to get that at that point. I was recommended like through my practice teaching, and the position that they gave me was actually gonna pay me $820 something per month, because they gave me a position where I had to work on wages. It was my first teaching job, and I was not gonna give it up like that because I didn't know if I had one coming. I could have gone back to work at the radio station, but I just wanted my teaching experience in hand. I was all ready and up for that challenge. Going back to the radio station was like a no-no for me at that point. I took it. I was working for that amount of money. Whew. And then by the next year, I was appointed. The next September, I got appointed to the teacher 3 position. I did not even go from teacher 1 to teacher 2. I got straight teacher 3 position. So friends, things do work out, and sometimes they work out better than you expect. You get to work your way up. Sometimes in working your way up, it helps you to just appreciate the process. It helps you to learn so much things that sometimes if you were at the top position, they would have like slide by. It just helped you to learn so many things. But one thing I would tell you guys, even though at a point that's what I was getting and that's the position that I was at, guess what? I had a class all by myself. There was a teacher that was on maternity leave and I had to take that class all by myself. I didn't have anybody to mentor me. Luckily for me, my mother was a teacher. Yeah, that was a great help. Also, that's where I met really, really good friends, people who became family friends. Yeah. That's was good enough for me. I was able to work at a school for 10 years, and then after that I got transferred. Guys, things can work out. It's just you having the right attitude, and don't allow people in the process to like stamp on you. Don't allow people to take you for granted, but just work hard. Do what you know you're supposed to do, and just try your best, and always try to improve yourself as much as you can. That's what is important. I don't know if I've missed anything. If you guys have any questions about anything that I've said. Yeah, so that's it in a nutshell. I'm gonna end the video right here. If you guys have anything that you wanna ask me about, please comment in the comment section so that we can be interacting with each other. Thank you so much for sticking around for my videos. Hope to see you guys again soon. Don't forget to keep trusting, keep hoping, and keep blooming in love, guys. Stay safe. God bless. Until I see you guys next time. Later now.